But I just want to go to the main story that I want to tell you about in terms of these paradigm shifts. This is the case. We have no maps here. We're traversing in Antarctica. As I said, it's the first time being done. And so much of this territory has never been explored before. And you get to a point in which, in one day, and this is the exact situation, we had gone into a valley, and by the end, the valley was, as you see, was closed. There's no way crossing at the other side. And this was pretty bad, because if we couldn't cross to the other valley, we had to go back and go through the next valley. And that meant another 3 or 4 or maybe a week of traverse. And we're working on the exact amount of resources, of supplies, food, fuel, etc. So if we had to do that, we would be in serious trouble. And as we approached the end of the valley, I said, there's no way out. I was pretty frustrated, angered, and couldn't manage my emotions in that circumstance. Finally, we decided to stay one extra day, and divided in twos, we were 4. 2 would go to this side, Ernesto and Paulo, and myself and Kiko would, outside of the picture, to this area over here, to explore and see if there was a way out. By midday, I was back into our tent with Kiko, and we hadn't found anything on this side, and I could see that no way they're going to find a way up here. So again, and even more, I was frustrated, angered, worried, and so what I did is I started cooking a soup or something. I didn't talk to Kiko. I didn't want to know anything about the world. This wasn't working. It was awful. And then Ernesto and Pablo came back. This is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And as they're approaching, I see Ernesto coming with this green. And I say immediately, without even talking to him, they found a way out. And I grabbed my camera, took this picture, and then asked immediately, how did it go? And with that green, he said, very bad. And I said, Jesus. Yeah, there's no way out. There's no, absolutely, there's no way out. We have to go back. What the hell? Why are you grinning then? Why are you laughing at? So beautiful, Rodrigo. I need to thank you. This is great, man. And he would show me, could you see the snow? It looks like the cream on the apple pies or the lemon pies. You know, he was. And this image has been with me since then. This was back in 2002. And this is, of course, the classical metaphor of seeing the full part of the glass rather than the empty part of the glass. But it really flipped not only the image, but what happened inside that tent that night. Because of this green, because of his happiness, we started discussing, and we said, or we asked ourselves, who said that we couldn't do this? If we have the ropes, cannot we, in a creative way, find some means of getting across? And we did. And I think that was due to this phase. I generally see, and that's what I love about Endeavor, is that we are all going through very difficult times generally in our companies. But you get to them and you meet, well, especially my case is my Chilean fellow Endeavor, and they're always laughing, throwing a joke. And when you ask them, how's the company going? Oh, horrible. You know, this is very difficult. We haven't been able to do this and this, but they're always joking. And I think that's a way of life that to me is a paradigm shift, really. And I really appreciate that about Endeavor. But not only because it's a good way, but because it allows you to do the job, that attitude.